Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we have a couple new budget knives from CIVIVI, and we definitely saved the best for last. This is the CIVIVI PLACOID, I believe it's pronounced, PLACOID or PLACOID. It is in 14C28N, somewhat of like a clip point or like, you know, a sheep's foot style blade shape. I do like the blade shape a lot. This blade shape is super versatile. One, you can poke with it, but utility cuts are really easy. You have a little bit of belly for cutting down on flat surfaces or skinning or whatever you do with your belly, but you have plenty of flat area for, you know, good slicing, and this has nice geometry. So one thing about CIVIVI, they always do incredible geometry, and I do have to applaud them for that, because in many cases, it's way better than a lot of other companies are doing. We have a Peel Ply G10, which does offer a great amount of traction, and we have some, you know, a little bit of milling in there. Steel liner lock, deep carry clip that is not inset, but it does have flat screws, and it is reversible. T8 hardware all the way around. We'd love to see that. And it is running on ceramic caged bearings, which makes this thing have incredible action, rapid deployment. The flipper tab is relatively comfortable. It has nice jimping on it. You got that corner there. You can kind of just pull down and break the detent. That was a very soft break. And you can see how it still reliably flips. Now, if you add any effort, this thing, you know, kicks out. Really good. Then you have the thumb studs, which are pretty well placed. I'm not gonna say they're placed bad. They are a little tight to the scales, but they did put a nice little chamfer, and it's very easy to get down to them. The reverse flick, your finger pretty much just lands right on it. Thumb flick too, man. Yeah, great action. Access to the lock bar, they did give you some, and then they left you these little nubs so you could disengage it, and getting past the detent, it's relatively early. It's very easy to get past it, and you can see it is basically false shut action. Love to see that. Very smooth. And then the lockup, rock solid lockup. Yeah, rock solid lockup. Now, as far as the ergonomics goes, this thing is very comfortable. This is going to be a phenomenal user for somebody who needs like a work knife or something. Now, I do have a couple negatives though. One negative being the plunge grind and sharpening tool. I wish they would have done it a little bit differently. Something like one of their other knives, if you look at this one right here, this is from Sencut. This is their Sencut line, and this is a brand new knife as well. I'll be featuring it in another video. This is the Draxer. But you see how they did the choil here, how the plunge grind ends right there. So it starts here, ends there, and you got all of that to sharpen off. With here, it starts here, but then it ends right before the edge. So when I sharpen, my stone will have no choice but to hit right there, making a smile, especially on a blacked out blade. So I would prefer that to be a little bit better. The next thing is the little nubs. You know, I don't like these little nubs unless if it's very exposed, unless if it's cut back farther. I tend to slip off of them. This is fine. Most people are going to be like, what are you talking about, Jared? It's just fine. I get a little bit more nitpicky about lock bars and lock bar access. I don't know why, just something with my fingers, but I tend to want as much as possible. And with this, I just wish they wouldn't do these nubs. I actually wish, check this out, again, this guy, I wish it was more like this, where it's flat and it's not little nubs. It's more like just texture. That is a lot more comfortable to disengage than something like this. And it's not even that it hurts, it's just that it can be slippery. If your hands are wet, sweaty, or something like that, like if it's dry, you know, it's fine. But just something that I've noticed over periods of time with lock bars like this. You can, if you leave only a little bit, it's not enough. You need a little bit more. Then the final thing that I will say about, for negatives, or what I would nitpick about, is the HRC, which is crazy. I haven't bitched about the HRC in a while with CIVIVI. They're 14C28M, so maybe I didn't catch it before, and I should have known this. Their satin blades are running 58 to 60 HRC, and then their, I think it's 58 to 60, and then their coated blades are running 57 to 59. So I want to say that I wish they would just bump it up all the way across the board. Do the satin versions 60-61 and do the coated versions 58 to 60. You know, change it a little bit so that you know, you can get into that really good HRC for even the coated blades, especially with 14C. You know, 14C is already a very, very strong, tough steel, and going up HRC is only going to benefit this steel, you know, especially since toughness isn't what we're looking for. We're not looking for, you know, a ton of toughness here. We're looking more for, you know, some edge retention. We want them crispy edges, and we want them to cut for a very long time. So considering that, you know, that's what I would say. And it still holds plenty of toughness. Next, the next one, like I said, is my favorite one of the two. And that is the, what the heck is the name? The HYPERPULSE, the HYPERPULSE, also in 14C. This one a little bit higher HRC, seeing that it is a plain blade with no coating. Very nice hollow grind. Love the swedge. I love this blade shape. Beautiful blade shape. Nice deep hollow grind. Very, very slicey. Nice satin finish. The handle is an aluminum handle, solid aluminum. Then you have these milled out holes to bring down the weight, which it significantly does. You know, being aluminum, it's already lightweight, but then when you add these holes, it makes it even lighter. Multiple forms of deployments. You do have a deep carry clip, not inset, but it does have flat screws, and it is reversible. TA hardware all the way around, which is really cool because this is an ambidextrous knife, and their buttons on most of them are very easy to use left-handed. Sometimes you land on them, but these ones are countersunk, so you can put your finger right on top of that button and still get a good detent when you open it. A lot of times you mess up the detent when you do it left-handed, so this one's a good one. Ergos, really good ergos. I feel the clip a little bit, but it's not horrible. It's not nothing I would complain about. I could totally bear down on this for a long period of time. Utility cuts are going to be great. Being a spear pointish blade, you're pretty much lined up with the center of the pivot, just enough belly to cut down on a flat surface, and this thing will definitely do some poking business because it's a spear point. Now, as far as the action goes, again, man, they do a phenomenal job with their button locks, man. I love that there's a tiny hint of stick. It's very, very minimal. But I like that because it tells me that this thing is engaged very, very strong. There's no flex, no play, any direction. And sometimes it doesn't even have the stick and it still is rock solid. Let's give it a little. Their button locks are great, man. I love their button locks. Nice, relatively comfortable flipper tab, nice texturing, love the jimping, great detent. They put a good amount of tension on their plunge, so it allows it to have a nice braking action. Thumb studs, also really good. Great thumb studs. That was me doing a light, trying to fail it. You can fail it, it is a button lock, but I mean, you're not gonna fail unless you do it on purpose. Thumb studs, a little bit slippery. I wish they were a little bit more textured. I do like the chamfer around the edge, but it's very easy. And when I say slippery, most people are not gonna agree with me on that. I'm nitpicking here, guys. It's great. Great. You're not gonna have any issues. Plunge grind and sharpen choil is okay. I always wish it'd be a little bit bigger, but plunge grind starts here and it ends right here, so they don't have much life to sharpen off. Let's talk about some negatives though, because as much as I love this thing, I have one significant negative, and that is, again, and that's what companies, you need to listen, you need to pay attention. These guys, when we do knife reviews, we're doing them for a reason. We're trying to help you guys. The stop pin lands right behind the damn edge. Like literally, look, right there. What are you doing to us, CIVIVI? How are we supposed to sharpen it now? Like when I sharpen it, I'm gonna lay back my edge. When I put a 17-degree edge bevel on here, one day I'm gonna do one of these videos and I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna sharpen it and show you how close you're gonna get to a plunge or to this line just from one good sharpening, because right now it's literally right there. So what is that? If I lay back my edge angle to 17 degrees per side, I'm already hitting it. Granted, it's probably not going to stop the lock or the closing lockup yet, but over a few sharpenings, it's definitely going to wear that spot out and prevent this thing from, I mean, I don't know, maybe it'll only get closer and closer, but there's plenty of room between the back spacer. So maybe I don't know. It's hard to say. I think what'll happen is it'll start hitting the edge and it'll get detent lash. So that's what I'm guessing will happen. So we're gonna have to find that out. I wish they would stop that. That should be a thing for all companies to take note on. Start paying attention to your closing stop pins. They should not be anywhere near the edge. That's for one. Number two, if it's in the thinner part of the grind, that's usually a no too. You know, you can get away with it as long as it's far away from the edge bevel, but typically, if it's going to be in this section, move it as low as possible on the blade or as high as possible, you know, on the closed position. Either way, I like the knife a lot. And, you know, I don't know if you'll get your money out of it on this one because it's so close. Like I said, it's hard to say without sharpening it and seeing exactly what's going to happen. And that doesn't mean for all models, meaning for like this particular one with its placement and so on, because all those factors are going to play a part. I like it so much, man, and I hate to, and I know I said the best for last because it is, in my opinion. I like this one far better than the other one. It's just, you know, the other one definitely doesn't have that issue, you know. So, anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.